I am sitting here in beautiful Sedona, out in nature, and I have been looking for some deeper understanding about what is going on with the coronavirus outbreak, the COVID-19. And with everything, if I want to get some understanding, I'm looking for the morphogenetic information. That means I'm going out in nature and I'm looking for a vortex of the grid system that holds the information of a particular species, and in this case the coronavirus. I already learned that all the different types, COVID-19 is the 7th type, are all sharing the same morphogenetic grid and field, which means it's actually one species that is changing, and as a consequence will have different effects or slightly different effects on those with whom they interact. But based on metaphysical ecology, I can't believe that things are negative, even although we interpret people dying as negative. So I wanted to understand better. And even sitting here on this place doesn't give me really the information I had hoped for. So I decided to ask the only being that can give proper information, which is Mother Earth, or maybe better, her consciousness called Gaia. So I'm sitting here now on this spot, and the pictures that you see is of the location of the center of the vortex of the coronavirus system, morphogenetic system. I asked Mother Earth to give me some information that I could share, seen from a metaphysical, ecological perspective. Because I feel it's important. I feel the fact that it has such an impact on us human beings means there is something like a message that we need to understand, other than what we traditionally tend to do. Let's kill it off, let's do this, let's do that, and especially we should not go into panic, because I can't believe that anything that exists is supposed to induce panic. So let's see what Mother Earth has to say about it. I am grateful having the opportunity to share. I always am grateful, but especially in this particular situation, it feels very important that I have the opportunity to share with you at least some information for you to ponder upon. I don't believe that I can convince everyone about what is about to be said, but at least be open for it, listen from your heart, and feel whether or not you can resonate with what I'm sharing. I know that the channel said that every being has the right to exist, and that is where I want to start with. Every being that exists within my system is there because it's part of the system, and consequently, yes, it has the right to exist. The problem for people is that they look at the world in which they live from their perspective, an anthropocentric approach. That means that you look at things as being valuable for you or not valuable or even bad for you. And that what is valuable you do not value. Because, for example, wood is valuable for you, but you do not value the trees. And I can go into many examples of plants, trees, animals that are very important for you, and nonetheless, collectively, you do not really respect them. Because you see yourself as beyond the system. You have difficulty in seeing yourself as being part of my system. When the first souls came to Earth, they came here to be a co-creator with me, to bring this whole system into a higher vibrational state. And you may call that ascension, expanded consciousness, evolution. It doesn't matter what term you give it, it is part of a natural process. Everything is always unfolding, evolving. But because of your way of looking at the world, creating your unique collective consciousness, that consciousness contains a lot of vibrations that are not supporting the natural unfoldment of evolution of my system. So while you are supposed to be co-creators, you actually are doing the opposite. In many ways, you will receive messages. For example, you begin to understand that if something is wrong in your physical system, you need to look at the cause, not to immediately try to heal with it so that you're done with it, because you're only done with it if you understand what the true issue is that caused this discomfort, this dis-ease, this dysfunctioning. And this is equally true for the larger system. The larger system is a signaling system to tell you, as conscious co-creators, what is not in harmony and what is not in balance. And this is a very important aspect. And if there is one thing that you get out of this sharing that I do with you, is this point. Everything that is not in harmony is a signal telling you that there is something wrong in the system, and you need to learn to look at it. You have been very active in, you can say, disturbing the natural system, and there are many signals that have been given to you, and they have not worked. Yes, for certain individuals, but collectively, no. So that creates a challenging situation for me. One of the things that most people are not realizing is that your physical system contains a tremendous amount of bacteria, viruses, and fungi. They are an integrated and inherent part of you. They help you to find balance in your system. And they are also indicators when your system is not completely in balance. So when strange, not supportive bacteria or viruses come into your system, it's telling you that something in your system is not completely in balance, because those that naturally help you to deal with that are not optimally function due to the energetic condition that is inside of you. You may already feel which direction I'm going, because now we come to the virus that in this moment creates havoc throughout your world. And the havoc actually is mostly, you can say, panic. Because if you compare what this virus is doing to human beings in comparison to other years, there is not that much difference. Yes, this virus has mutated, and as a consequence is a little bit more intrusive. You can also say it gives a more clear signal. And what is that signal? The signal is, if your system is unable to deal with this virus, your system is compromised. In the same way as you compromise the world around you. It tells you about the disbalance inside of you and the disbalance in the world around you. That means it's a signaling system. The question is, are you willing to really listen to it? Every virus is actually helping your system to become stronger. It's only that change that is needed in your system that's temporary have a certain challenge on your, you can say, immune system. And if your immune system is not prepared for it, then it can create problems. And it is not prepared for it when it's dealing with other problems in your system. It's actually telling you that in this moment, many people have compromised immune systems, have all kinds of disbalances, and then it is not possible to deal with this particular virus. And yes, the signal is stronger than maybe in previous situations, because you need a stronger signal. The importance of finding new balances in this world cannot be made clear enough. There are many new energies coming into my system. These are the energies that help you to make changes in such a way that you move and can move into a new world. But in order to do that, changes are needed. You can look at the current situation from this perspective that I just gave you, which is, in a sense, you can say an ecological perspective, or actually a metaphysical ecological perspective. But you can also look at it from the way your governments are functioning, your science is functioning, and there are many other levels, but also how you as an individual are functioning. Are you responding in fear? You actually weaken the system that you need in order to deal with it. Fear is not good for your immune system. So this is actually a time to look at yourself, to look at your environment, to look at your government, to look at all the systems within which you function and ask yourself this question. Are all these systems truly supporting every being that exists in this world? And if the answer is no, please find different ways. This is an invitation from me. There is one last thing that I like to share with you. You think that the virus is affecting you. You don't know and are not aware that you are affecting the virus. Your scientists will not agree, because in their linear thinking it's not possible. But everything is energy. Everything is interactive. Everything is an aspect of me. And my system needs to find balance and harmony. So when something is off, something else goes off in order to compensate for that. This new variation of the coronavirus is induced by your collective consciousness. This may be difficult to swallow for some of you. Nonetheless, feel into it and feel from your heart. Don't go to your mind. Your mind has all kinds of opinions about it, and most likely it has a lot of opinions about what you just have heard. Nonetheless, my sharing is to help you understand better that everything is interacted. It's interacting with each other, it's connected with each other, it is influencing each other in ways you cannot yet fully understand. But this particular challenging situation is an invitation to look deeper and look beyond. Independent of what you do, know that my love for you is always unconditional. And it is in this love for you that I share with you how the dynamic of the physical reality is functioning, not seen from your scientific perspective, simply from how it truly works. I hope you can open for love, because that will make that what is happening in this world not only much easily bearable, it will also overcome this situation much faster. Use your wisdom and discernment, which means Keep going to your heart and work from there. I love you unconditionally.